The rain in Stockholm didn't just fall. It clung to the concrete like grease. It was 3:14 a.m. when Detective Henrik Lindqvist stepped under the flickering neon sign outside the Grand Hotel, staring at a crushed silver Volvo resting at the bottom of an embankment. Inside it was Freja Lind, a brilliant 32-year-old senior risk analyst at Vargen Capital, clinging to life with a fractured skull. On paper, Freja was the unluckiest woman in Sweden. Over 6 weeks, her apartment had suffered a mysterious chemical fire. Her bank accounts had been frozen due to flagged terrorist financing links, and her golden retriever had died of acute ethylene glycol poisoning. "She's cursed," her co-workers whispered. Henrik didn't believe in curses. He believed in human malice. And as he pulled the Volvo's telemetry logs, he realized the brakes hadn't failed. The software driving the electronic braking module had been overwritten via a local Bluetooth override. Someone was systematically executing Freja Lind. To understand the wreckage, investigators had to rewind 8 weeks to the top floor of the Vargen Capital building. Freja had been on the fast track to partner. Her only real rival was Astrid Holm, a sharp, icy strategist whose ambition was legendary. During a high-stakes quarterly meeting, Astrid presented a daring proposal to invest heavily in an offshore energy conglomerate. Freja, spotting fatal compliance red flags, publicly dismantled Astrid's presentation. She proved the conglomerate was a shell company with catastrophic exposure. The board humiliated Astrid, shelving her project instantly. That evening, Astrid did something unexpected. She visited Freja's office, closed the door, and poured 2 glasses of aquavit. Astrid offered a deal: join me. We co-manage the new tech fund, pool our leverage, and force the board to make us both partners by Q3. Freja looked at the woman who had just tried to pitch a fraud, set down her glass, and refused. "I built my career on integrity, Astrid. I don't need a ride on your coattails." Astrid didn't yell. She simply smiled, took her coat, and walked out. The nightmare began 4 days later. Week 1, Freja's work laptop was infected with a rootkit that erased 3 months of critical audit files, making her look grossly incompetent to executive management. Week 3, a routine toxicological spill in her apartment building's ventilation shaft sent Freja to the ICU with acute respiratory distress. Week 5, her dog died. The vet found antifreeze mixed into an artisanal dog treat, delivered to her doorstep via a local courier app, paid for with a burner gift card. The psychological toll stripped Freja down to a ghost. She stopped sleeping. She installed 3 deadbolts. But the misfortunes kept bleeding into her professional life until she was placed on administrative leave, precisely what Astrid needed to secure the sole partnership track. Then came the car crash. When Henrik Lindqvist and his team at the Polismyndigheten, Swedish police authority, started digging, they initially treated Astrid as a petty suspect with a workplace grudge. But as forensic IT probed deeper into the Bluetooth override that killed Freja's brakes, the reality proved far more sinister. The digital footprint didn't lead to Astrid's computer. It led to a dark web broker operating out of Tallinn, paid via an encrypted crypto wallet. Henrik subpoenaed the wallet's transaction history. The funds hadn't come from Astrid's salary. They had been funneled through a maze of offshore accounts, the exact same shell company Freja had exposed in the board meeting. The twist: Astrid wasn't just a bitter colleague throwing a tantrum. She was an operative embedded in Vargen Capital by an international laundering syndicate. Freja's rejection of Astrid's offer hadn't just bruised an ego. It threatened to collapse a multi-million-dollar money-laundering network. The police raided Astrid's penthouse in Ostermalm at dawn. They found a clinical, cold setup, microtransmitters matching the ones planted in Freja's apartment, a burner phone with the courier app used for the poisoned dog treat, and a dossier detailing Freja's daily routines down to the minute. When Henrik interrogated Astrid, the icy composure finally cracked. "You think she was innocent?" Astrid hissed, her voice trembling with an unsettling mix of fury and despair. She sat on her high horse, talking about integrity. She didn't know what was at stake. If she had just taken the offer, she would be a millionaire. Now, she's broken. The investigation didn't stop with Astrid. The seized hard drives exposed 3 board members at Vargen Capital who were on the syndicate's payroll, leading to the biggest corporate fraud trial in Scandinavian history. 3 months later, Freja walked out of the Karolinska University Hospital on crutches. She won her position back, along with a massive settlement, but the office she returned to felt hollow. The woman who tried to destroy her was facing 25 years in a maximum security prison for attempted murder, cyberterrorism, and racketeering. Standing by the window overlooking the frozen harbor, Freja looked at the empty desk across from hers. The scars on her body would heal, but the haunting truth remained. The deadliest enemies aren't the ones waiting in the dark, but the ones sitting right across from you in the light. We want to hear from you. How far do you think you'd go if a colleague tried to destroy your career? Would you have seen Astrid's warning signs early on, or trusted her? Drop your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Enjoyed the story? Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you never miss another deep dive into high-stakes corporate crime, revenge stories, and dark mysteries.